ElectraCast.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for March 26, 2025.
The Senate passed a resolution overturning an Internal Revenue Service rule that required brokers of digital assets, such as cryptocurrency, to report gross proceeds. This resolution passed with a vote of 70 to 28 and reduces regulatory oversight for digital asset brokers and users. The Senate adopted 4 ceremonial resolutions recognizing National Asbestos Awareness Week, Greek independence, Native and Indigenous women, and the Girl Scouts' birthday. The Senate also began debate on a resolution to disapprove a rule on overdraft lending. This rule affects large financial institutions and consumers who use overdraft services. A vote is scheduled for March 27th. Another resolution, which would end the national emergency related to Canadian imports, is scheduled for debate no earlier than April 1st. This measure could impact trade between the United States and Canada, as well as businesses that rely on Canadian goods. 3 executive nominations were confirmed in the Senate. The Senate confirmed James Bishop as Deputy Director of the Office of Management and Budget, Aaron Reitz as Assistant Attorney General, and Michael Faulkender as Deputy Secretary of the Treasury, all by narrow votes along party lines. Several Senate committees held hearings. Leaders from Strategic Command and Space Command testified as part of the defense authorization process for fiscal year 2026. Superintendents from the Army, Navy, and Air Force academies testified in an oversight hearing. The Environment and Public Works Committee reviewed nominations for the Environmental Protection Agency and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. The Foreign Relations Committee reviewed strategic partnerships in the Indo-Pacific region and held testimony on China and Taiwan's influence in the Western Hemisphere. The Judiciary Committee considered 3 nominees for Assistant Attorney General. The Senate also held a closed intelligence briefing on classified matters. In the House of Representatives, debate began on a resolution to disapprove a Department of Energy rule that sets new energy efficiency standards for commercial refrigerators and freezers. A vote is expected on March 27th. House committees also held multiple hearings. The Transportation Subcommittee questioned leadership from the National Transportation Safety Board and examined the trucking industry's role in infrastructure. The Armed Services Committee reviewed priorities for Special Operations Forces for fiscal year 2026. The Energy and Commerce Committee discussed online risks. The Financial Services Committee reviewed the direction of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The House Oversight Committee questioned National Public Radio and the Public Broadcasting Service about political bias. The Science Committee explored ocean-focused technology innovation. The Veterans Affairs Committee heard testimony on proposed legislation. The House Intelligence Committee held open and closed hearings on global threats with testimony from leaders of the Central Intelligence Agency, the National Security Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Defense Intelligence Agency, and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Those were the key activities of March 26, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
Why is it that games make us feel so good or completely rage quit? These emotions we feel are mostly not an accident. People like me designed them. I'm Chris Cross, and this is Brain Arcade, a podcast all about the psychology of game design and why games hit us so hard. Each week, I bring on a new guest, designers, psychologists, storytellers, to break it all down with me. If you play, design, or just love games, follow now.
ElectraCast.